So I decided I'm gonna skip the whole childhood, my parents straightening my hair because they didn't know how to take care of my hair. If you know, you know, that was our life. Everybody's gone through it, there's no difference. I'm gonna tell you about me as an adult taking responsibility for my actions. So looking into this very first picture, this is 2016, 2017-ish. And yeah, numero uno, let's just start there. Then, why? What? I looked when I found this picture and I was like, what was going through my head? I had many questions. First of all, how did I walk around in the street? Because clearly that was at home. But how did I go to work? They say a woman's hair shows a lot about herself. And yeah, I was going through a lot then. Anyway, moving on to 2018. Oh, did I love this bob baby girl. I thought it was so cute. In my mind, this was the healthiest my hair ever was. Oh, well, I can tell you, yeah, this is the healthiest my hair ever was, but I cut my hair and still straightening, still dyeing. I think at this time I was perming my hair, reverse perming my hair. Just to get the straightness, I cut out relaxers and it was reverse perm, so this was a bit of a safer, air quoted version. And my hair grew. My hair really grew. So December, let's talk about this. You see this color right there? You're gonna see this color happen almost every December, and I don't know why. I can't even tell you why I did this. I would constantly, I don't know what, let's just call this the beige / copper / I can't tell. So every December I would dye my hair this color. No matter the condition, the state, my hair would be this color. So that right there it needs a full on psychological evaluation. The roots were the beige color, yellow / whatever that's supposed to be, and the rest was black. How? And then we get this, like this is supposed to be a wash and go, or what we would call a wet look. So again, how I was clearly walking around in public like this because happy times. And then I was like, okay, no, we gotta do something. And then I dyed it black. The only two colors, that whatever that was, and black. Only two colors. I want to do a side by side. So anyway, lies or the deception that I was living under was that previous February photo versus this, and a complete blowout. In my mind was healthy hair. This was healthy hair. This was me having the cutest looking hair, and I loved it. Still straightening, still frying and dyeing and laying to the side. I will say it felt okay. Knowledge that I have now versus then, the ends and the edges and everything else that was going on in my life. Looks like it looks full-ish. It looks like something's happening because I was a pro at a blowout. I gave life to my hair versus when it's wet. The stringy, the lifelessness. So with this, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start doing a perm on my hair. So this is a reverse perm where they use the same ingredients, just with the bigger rollers, you know, the orange big rollers, or using a comb to straighten out the curls versus using the tiny little rollers. Okay, so a blow versus that straggly, dead, thin, non-existent hair versus my blow. This body, this life. I was a professional blowout girl, baby. Ooh, I used to blow everybody's hair. I was good. You know that when they pull on your roots and your head is moving to the side, but you're pulling and the person is pulling it. PTSD. So a blowout versus, again, another wet look. So this was on a Friday, I think, somewhat, and then I decided I want curly hair. So I did the perm, the tiny rollers. Did I feel like the most gorgeous girl alive on this day? And I remember this day so well. So that little curl situation that's just going on in your head, There was no curls there. I was moving my hair forward to give it life on top, because it was like thin. My hair was non-existent. So this is what it looked like, but look what it looks like dry. This is dry. It's literally like a few days later. This is dry versus that supposed wet look that I had going on for myself. So moving in, we're slowly trickling into December, and can you see roots over there for Susan? That page is trickling in. How? I can't remember what was I doing? For the life of me, I can't tell you. I cannot for the life of me tell you what was happening. And then we went blonde. So November, this is 3 months later. It's completely beige, blonde, copper, orange, whatever color you want to call it. And hair was gone. When I say my hair was gone, you saw the life I had a couple of months prior. I walked around in public like this. Public. Look at it. Boom. This was me. Look at it. There's nothing. I had no hair left on my head. But I continued. And then I dyed it black. And because I was like, somebody told me, Bianca, what are you doing? Like, I'm so afraid to even color my hair right now, because I know I would, yes, go to a professional stylist, but moving along. So it's birthday month, and I want to do a video about this braids versus a protective style. So if you know, you know. These braids, they're 10 million on your head. They are fastened or started right from the rooter, where when you go to bed, and this is the PTSD that I'm living with, when you go to bed, you hold your hair, turn around, put it down. Hold your hair, turn around, put it down. When you're turning around, because it's so painful, it's so tight. You need to wet your roots every time just to get some sense of relief. Yes, I never do this. Versus what is now called a braid out. Yeah, no. Look, it just proves that I've never ever moisturized my hair in those braids. It was that, and bearing in mind, no pre-poo, no deep condition, no conditioner, no oils in my hair, no braid spray. I was just braids, I take down, wash it with whatever sulfate shampoo that I had, and back into braids. So carried on braiding for the rest of the year, and if you can see the roots, not the roots, the edges, can you see how far back those edges are? My God, I want to do a evolution of my edges, because my edges have gone back, baby girl, they have gone back. So I took out the braids, and for that year I just continued with the buns, and a braid here, buns there, braid here, buns there. Now I did the little bang situation, which I loved my bangs, and it grew so fast. Again, no deep conditioning, no moisturizing, just blow silicone on your hair and done. Okay, and then I decided to dye black. I loved this black. Yo, I felt so cute. I felt so cute with this. Which brings me to the rest was history. This is when I discovered the natural hair community, November 2020. Baby girl, it was done. This is when I discovered Alyssa Marie, Natural 85, Carly Chemistry, Bianca Renee Today, Franchelli Rodriguez, Just Lost JC. Oh, and the list goes on and on. But November was my last chemical treatment I did on my hair. I did a Brazilian treatment on my hair. It's like a keratin Brazilian treatment. That was the last of me doing any chemical treatments on my hair. Loved it. Continued blowing out my hair because there was like 1,000 some change for this. I'm gonna keep it. So I continued blowing my hair out, straightening my hair. But in this time, I was spending hours and hours on YouTube. I knew I wanted to go natural. So eventually I just stopped with the blowouts and stopped with the straightening. Around about Feb, I stopped completely with heat. The chemical treatments I stopped in November, but I stopped completely with heat. It was only my bangs that I would blow out just because she got bangs. But it was just constantly in a bun, constantly, which was not a good thing, because I know now edges and buns, but continuous buns. I just continued for the entire from Feb, right until March. Buns and March, buns. And then I decided, you know what? This is when I did a cut. I was like, I wanna cut my hair. Like, just let's see what I'm gonna get. So I cut my hair, and then this was a day before. This was the 1st of March. That's how much I cut my hair. So now we've completely cut all this out. We've cut heat out, chemicals out. I'm changing my products. It's sulfate free products. I'm deep conditioning weekly. We're in it now. Now we're in it. In my mind, I was going to transition for a couple of months, and then once I've got some growth, I'm gonna big job, because I knew I wanted a big job. So I was convinced, yeah, I was ready. I was gonna transition for a couple of months, and then I was gonna big chop. And this is when I was influenced and sucked into the life of the natural hair community. Every trend that existed on YouTube, I did it. If the product said it's gonna grow your hair, I did it. I went from biotin to MSM and fenugreek, clove water, rosemary water, onion juice, collagen, Holly's hair growth, meow rosemary mint. This was before the meow rosemary mint became the big thing. I did that. I did new grow, fire grow, anything that said it's gonna make your hair grow, I did it all. And then I fell into the nightmare, or the trap, or the devil's spawn of the rice water trend. Oh my word, I don't know how my hair survived, but if you want to see the definition of protein overload, this is it. This picture right there just shows how hard and brittle and dry and everything that could possibly be wrong with somebody's hair. There was rice water in me. At the time, I wasn't wise about low porosity hair, or I didn't tap into the whole low porosity, high porosity in general. I had know about it, but I was full in on this rice water story. And not even what kind of rice water story, the fermented one that stood for weeks. That one, the people that were surrounded by me, that stuck with me with that stinking things on my hair. Yeah, this is what rice water did to me. So I think it was middle March when I decided, oh no, and then I discovered, okay, it's wrong, and I started carrying on my deep conditioner, completely left the rice water, and as you can see here, my hair started becoming softer. The curls were coming in slowly. It wasn't as brittle and as damaged. Ends were still, but it was still doing good. And then when I saw this curl, this baby right there up in the corner at my router, I knew it. I was done. I didn't care about all of the challenges, all of the trends, all of the biotins that I had. I needed to cut my hair, and I did like a little mini cut over here, and I loved my mini cut, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then the next day I was like, okay, so this is the final straw. Let me take a final picture of, this is the day before, and I said, let's do the final picture and we done. We getting rid of this damage. And I was like, okay, goodbye to damage completely. And I did my big chop. 1st of April 2021, that was me. I was ready to be all gone. I was ready. So you'll see, yeah, my aunt is asking, are you sure you wanted this short? Is this what you want? Then I was like, you know what, baby girl, let it go. I want nothing. Everything that's straight needs to go. It needs to leave. So a few tips when it comes to your big chop. 1, choose a hairstyle that suits your face. Not a hairstyle that you like and you saw on someone, it looked so cute. Go to a certified natural hairstylist. Because if you don't do that, you're going to end up with uneven hair. You're going to end up with not knowing how to style it because it's not in a shape. And even if it is in a shape, it's not full curly hair. So just about to go to a natural hairstylist. Because the next day for me was overwhelming to no extent. I didn't know what to do with my hair. I wasn't regretful in any way, but I was lost. The reality of all the knowledge that I was taking in versus doing it practically was a whole different conversation. Because what I had to do was every day I had to style my hair. Every day I had to re-wet my hair, reapply the products and redo everything. Because I didn't know, at the time I wasn't well educated about the LCL method or the LOC method. So with my low porosity hair is every day when I woke up the next day, matted and dry, and it was so bad. So this is me the next day after the big chop, and I eventually had to figure out how I was gonna style it, and it looked beautiful. I was in love. I was excited about my big chop. I didn't care. And people, just a little side note, people will have things to say. It was 2 years ago and the natural hair life was there, it was evident, but people were still, if narrow-minded is a harsh word, I'm sorry if anybody that's offended by it, but people are still a bit narrow-minded about it. You'll get the comments about, why did you cut your hair? Or are you sure you want your hair like this? Are you sure you want to walk around with it? You'll get those comments, baby. You will get them. But believe you me, the journey is long, and in the beginning it's gonna be a bit difficult and you're gonna have to learn a lot still. But for me, the first year of my natural hair journey was a learning curve. I learned so much. I learned so much about changes that happened with my hair. I could feel the difference. A lot was still going on. So as time went on, I went back into doing all the methods of growing my hair, and I was still protective styling. So for the remainder of the rest of the year of 2021, I was protective styling right through. Still doing all the trends, the biotins and the Holly's hair growth and the Mayal hair growth and the Vi grow and the rosemary water and the clove water. Rice water had left the building. She was excluded. But I was still braiding my hair and still deep conditioning in those braids. Faithfully, I was not about to miss a deep condition for nobody's child. That wasn't going to happen. So it became pricey because I was using the deep conditioner, but all my hair wasn't getting the deep conditioner. So I would take my braids out, like keep it in for like about 3 weeks, take it out, because then I started deep conditioning monthly because it became pricey and I needed to have a protective style because I didn't know how to style my hair at the time. So this is just a little sneaker on what my edges look like, and baby girl, over the months. So I'm gonna do like a evolution of the edges and how much I've learned, how much my edges have grown. This was like literally non-existent edges, honestly. So 6 months natural, and I did my whole, wash and go, and I rocked it and I loved it. So in this picture you'll see, look at the stringiness on the front of my hair, like my bang area. There was just like how uneven my hair was cut, so there was still like some straight pieces, because I still had a few straight pieces going on. And so I decided to try a little wig because I wanted that to grow out and then eventually cut it straight. So I tried wigs and looked cute, but it was so uncomfortable to wear. I know nothing about wigs. I want to try it again and get like proper wigs, but yep, not for me as yet. So moving into November 2021, and can you see the long piece? That was the unevenness that was happening. It grew a little bit, but there was still that stringy pieces. So I decided to do a complete straight even cut. And from December, this is when I was doing full-on measurements monthly. Every month, faithfully, I measured my bangs, my ears, my nape. Every month that fell. So in my nape area, another little milestone that I had going on was that bald patches that I had there. And you'll see in Jan, this is Jan 2022, and you can see how far back my edges were. And like mostly by the ear area, and like the front on the sides, like the corners over here, like this piece over here. Look at this. This is a prime example of how far back my edges were, and the nape of my area, how far it broke off. So I'm gonna do a follow-up video on a year later, from 2021 to 2022, and now this year, of the growth and how protective styling also damages your edges, and what is a protective style and what's a braid hairstyle, and how to protect your edges, or how to start growing your edges. But in Jan, this was my milestone year, or 2022 was my milestone year, because this is when I started with my edges, and then my fro growth, and it was my little bun going on. And this is for 2022, this is when I started taking note, and I was like, okay, so it grew this much, or my fro is this much, or it's thicker. And that's when the changes really started coming in, when I realized, okay, this is milestones for me, And then moving into, I made it 1 year natural, and I was excited. I was done for. I was really natural. I didn't care. It was happening. So I still protective styling, and I was doing the knotless braids because I needed to still be deep conditioning. As you can see, there's a deep condition happening with my knotless braids. So this was May 2022, and I came across a video from Only Jess where she had mini braids and she was styling her mini braids, and I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. So I tested it and I loved it. That was the birth of the mini braids. Now it is May 2023 and I'm still doing the mini braids. I have not left this mini braids. It's my only protective style that I've been doing. It's almost a year now. I did skip a couple of months, but it's the only one I was doing. Because I can convince you that the mini braids is the best protective style ever. So I take it out, because I keep it in for the month, and I'll take it out and deep condition and test a wash and go, or test a product. I still want to do my hair, but in my mini braids, I was shampooing, conditioning. I had access to my scalp. I was deep conditioning. I was moisturizing. I was doing my own. I was touching my own hair, all while it's still being protective. So we're moving into a year and 6 months, and from that 1 year mark to 6 months later, my hair grew so much. It became thicker. The mini braids are the way. And I went right back into my mini braids. I'm like, you the girl, you the one, you are the goat. I'm never leaving you. We are best friends. I'm marrying you. No one's ever having you. I'm gonna lock you in the basement. So faithfully, mini braids, washing my hair, conditioning my hair, kept my weekly routine all within my mini braids. So if you'd like me to do a dedicated video about how I care for my mini braids, or just to convince you, because I could spend another 30 minutes just convincing you on why mini braids are the best ever. And then came November, December, because it's festive and I had hair to show off, and my hair grew so much. I did wash and goes. I was trying different products, I was trying different stylers, and what gels work for me and how long can keep my hair in. I just loved it. I loved it for the entire November, December. It was my wash and go season. It's summertime in South Africa, so it's the best, and I was living my best life. So this little, look at that bun versus my March 2020 thing that I had going on, that stick or whatever it was. I actually should do a side by side. I have it on Instagram, so you should go check out my Instagram as well. So I continued back again. We went back to the mini braids. I was not about to leave it behind. We going back there, and I continued with my mini braids. There's no way. And then I would do a mini braid for like 3 weeks, and then I'd leave it out and test the wash and go style. These new books. I was becoming a product junkie. By now I was a professional at this. And then for the rest of December, I just carried on with the wash and goes because I was excited. I was buying products and this gel, that gel, this booze. I was just living my best life for December. And I kind of fell off of the mini braids for the rest of December, as well as Jan. And I had in Jan it was another milestone that I reached with my fro. It was so much bigger than the year before, like that tiny little fro that I didn't want to have out. And I went back into the wash and goes, and then I decided, when I reach my 2-year milestone, I'm gonna go strictly back into my mini braids. And when I reach my 2-year milestone, which is in April, I'm gonna start for 2 months. I'm gonna do a new challenge every 2 months. So we're gonna do oiling our scalps, we're gonna do the infusion method, we're gonna do the biotin and the clove water and the rice, not rice water, I lied, no, or maybe we can try it out, but rosemary water and this hair product goes here and that hair product goes here. We're gonna do it all, because when I reached my 2-year milestone, not me having a little fun with red hair. Now my hair is not dyed because PTSD. This is a filter. That's why I'm closing my mouth, because I look like a Bratz doll. I don't like filters, they freak me out. So this is my 2-year natural hair milestone. Excited. Oh, it was so much thicker and bigger, and so now I've learned about my hair. I know what my hair likes and I know what it doesn't like. So what I'm going to be doing for this next year of my natural hair journey, reaching into my 3rd year milestone, I'm going to be doing every hair growth trend that I've tried before. I'm going to do this for every 2 months with my mini braids, because she's not going anywhere ever. And I will be documenting proof of what really works and what method I used to make this work, and if it doesn't work, so that we could stop falling for these gimmicks and trends, and hopefully you would follow me on this journey. If you've rocked with me this long for 30 minutes straight, I want to say thank you so much for your time. Always put God first, and may you be blessed through all your journeys and all the choices that you make. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye. Thank you so much, Godfall. See you in my next video. Bye. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for taking the time to spend 30 minutes of your life. Listen to me babble about my PTSD and my mistakes and the excitement about where we are now and where I'm going. So the next video, like I said, is coming up is 1 year mini braid challenge.